to episode 7 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And it's the review show that reviews comics chronologically. Kind of. Alright, so we're back into Detective Comics here, going into issue number 32. It was released in October 1939. This is a Halloween issue. It is 10 pages long, and it is Batman versus the Vampire Part 2. And hey, there's vampires in this one.
Batman versus the Vampire didn't have any vampires in it, so.
I am still so confused by this whole comic right now. We'll get into that.
We said it last episode, but this is where this turned into a comic book, and not just
it does.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into that, let's talk about this cover here, where this cop is putting a chokehold on this guy.
Yeah, and he's got like a cut on his eyebrow or something. It's like...
No, I just thought that was a scar.
Yeah, it's red, though.
Yeah, I think that's just the cover, though.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with Batman anyway, so...
Yeah, no. So cop's choking out some guy with a Tommy gun, because that's what they did back then, I guess.
And he's white knuckles.
The Batman is on the top of the logo of Detective Comics now, though.
Yeah.
Was he there before?
Before, that little circle always said 69 pages or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
now it says the Batman.
Pages, yeah.
You know what I also noticed? I don't think we've mentioned this before, but Batman opens up every Detective comic. It's the first issue every time.
Oh, it's the first story every time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Since it became popular, since it wasn't in the first one, right?
No, it wasn't in the very first one, but ever since it started, it's always been the first story in the Detective Comics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Slam Bradley's always been the last.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So Slam Bradley's the closer.
Yes, apparently. He's still the main event.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see something. Oh, yeah, and the other thing I noticed, too, is that Spy, Bart Regan, is always the second story after Batman.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Everything else seems to change, but Spy always is the second, Batman's always first, and Slam Bradley's always the ending. So I just
they must have been somewhat popular back then. I mean, they continued to print them, and they made them a pretty big deal, so...
Yeah, but I just found it odd, the layout. You would think you would throw Batman in somewhere else to get some other things read, you know?
Yeah, that's why I would think you'd put it in the middle or put it towards the end or something.
Especially when he's featured on every cover now. Like, you'd think they would move him around and try to get people to read other things.
Because you would think if, someone picked up the comic and they flipped through, they'd just read the Batman and then put it back.
And possibly to Slam Bradley for some reason.
I mean, Slam Bradley was probably pretty popular with Superman out at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to actual Batman. We open up in Transylvania. Not really, but it looks like it.
It does. It's Hungary, right?
Yeah, it's Hungary.
It's very...
I don't know where Transylvania might be in Hungary, but I don't remember where it was exactly. Truthfully, I don't know. My geography's a little... Especially with places that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea where Transylvania's supposed to be.
So anyway, Batman's chasing down a horse and carriage, and I thought that was weird, but then I remember it was 1939, so...
just so you know, Transylvania is located in Romania.
Romania, that's where it was.
Yeah, that's where it is.
But I don't think Hungary exists anymore, but I could be wrong about that, too.
Hungary definitely exists still.
I don't think it's a country anymore, though. But I could be wrong.
It's definitely still a country. Country in Europe, yes.
Okay.
Capital is Budapest.
I wasn't arguing with you. I was just going to say TJ's right. That's it.
No, I mean, I honestly didn't know.
No, I didn't know either.
Like I said, I know there was a lot of things that a lot of those countries got name changes and new regimes and cut in half and stuff. So
yeah,
it borders Slovakia and Ukraine.
Okay, all right. Anyway, this isn't history or geography, so I guess
I thought you were making it a geography class here, so I wasn't sure.
Well, I made the Transylvania joke earlier, and I thought I had to explain myself, but I really didn't. I don't know why I thought that.
So about this carriage.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, the carriage. I thought it was weird about the horse and carriage, but I don't know how prevalent cars were in the 1939, 1940, you know?
Well, back in Gotham, they're prevalent. I'll tell you that, but I don't know about here.
Weren't automobiles prevalent in the States, but maybe not over there in Europe?
Right.
And they probably weren't, because even now in Europe, European people, they don't drive vehicles the same way we do. They have a lot smaller, like, streets and towns and things, and they all have vehicles. It's just not as common.
A lot of places that don't have established roads, especially back then, probably didn't use cars. They probably used horse and buggies.
Yeah.
But this horse and buggy here looks weird. It doesn't look like a horse and buggy. It looks like a car that's with a horse attached to it.
It looks like the back end of Batman's car with a horse in front of it.
Yeah, exactly. With a guy sitting on top.
Yeah.
Anyway, Batman attacks this carriage, and there's some woman inside.
Who looks
Yeah,
like
he
his
uses
fiance.
gas pellet again. Right, that's who I thought it was at first.
But it's not.
It is not.
She's on the plane, right? He brought her with him on the plane, right?
Batman did, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Batman has her somewhere. I don't know where he's keeping her right now.
Right.
But,
Well, I got questions about that later, so.
Batman attacks this carriage thinking, I guess, the monk's in there. And attacks this poor carriage driver, throws him into the moon, and then kidnaps this woman.
Yes, takes her. He thinks he's saving her for some reason. I don't know that the carriage driver was a bad guy, but Batman definitely deadlifts him and throws him off the top of the carriage, so.
Yes.
Yeah, he kidnaps this woman. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he takes her home to meet his fiancée.
This is my problem here. So he goes up onto the plane, right?
Yes.
But they never show him come back down off the plane. So I thought he was on the plane with these two girls. And then there's doors opening, and then there's like a trophy in there, and I thought, he's got all this crap on his plane?
Yeah, no, we had this problem last time because the monk disappeared from the boat and with his girlfriend just out of nowhere, and he magically ended up at his hideout or something.
Okay, so Batman flies this plane to wherever his girlfriend fiance is staying at this time, right?
That's the impression that I got.
Okay.
But who knows? He likes to teleport.
So he brought a chick home.
He does.
Yeah,
his girlfriend, she doesn't think anything's wrong with him bringing another girl home?
But that's the thing.
Oh.
She doesn't know he's Bruce Wayne.
That's true. She doesn't know he's Bruce Wayne. That's right. I forgot.
And she does question her immediately. Who are you?
Yeah. And she does say, I've been kidnapped by your friend here.
Yeah, and apparently she looks like she's hypnotized, and then she hits Batman with a statue.
Well, she does the I'm hypnotized from every cartoon I've ever seen.
Hands out.
The hands out for like the sleepwalking, yeah.
So, and I told you guys it was hypnotism and not mind control.
It was hypnotism, you're right.
I mean, whatever.
Is there
it
much
could be
difference?
the same.
Right, but...
Anyway, so we'll find out...
How come Batman can fight 30 guys, but every once in a while somebody just whacks him on the head with a statue, and he goes down?
Because he got hit in the back. He wasn't looking at them.
Yeah, but he should know to keep his eye on this girl. She's wandering around a building.
Not in the 30s. You don't think women are going to do that thing.
He could have just smacked her and told her to calm down back then.
Yeah, slapped her real quick to bring her back to her senses.
I forgot.
Anyway, it's revealed that this woman he brought home is a vampire because she bit his fiancé.
Yeah.
And so he chases her through the woods, and she asks him to help kill the monk, right? That's what's happening here?
Yeah,
Well,
she begs him to help her.
He wants to know where the monk is, and she says, I'll tell you if you kill him. And he said, I'll be the judge of that.
Like, his death count's already up to, let's see, what do I have? It's up to 5 right now, according to this.
Right.
So, they get in a plane together, and it's attached... What is that net?
Wait, they get in the plane together. They have to fly to where the monk is. I want to get this established before we get to the next page here. They fly all the way over to where the monk is. The monk catches him in a net.
Yeah,
The bat plane in a net. Yeah.
Yes, the net is catching the bat plane. It actually captures the bat plane and brings it down to the ground safely and does not smash the bat plane.
Yeah, because it's not blown up or nothing.
No.
Well, it seems to operate by magic, too, just so you know.
It is magical.
And then the monk hypnotizes Batman, and he can't move.
Okay,
so
this is why I wanted to establish this. So he hypnotizes Batman, Batman can't move. So he's going to kill him, and he decides, no, I want to bring his girlfriend here and let her watch me kill him, right?
And she walks all the way there.
She walks! She walks to where he flew to! With her hands out in front of her and her eyes closed, apparently.
And it seems it's only like 5-minute walk from where they were.
It's one frame.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the woods where he picks up Dala, which is the other woman, her name is Dala,
right,
look exactly the same as the woods that they fly to and get captured. Like there's no difference in the trees. And
there's a lot of woods in Hungary.
Apparently.
There's a lot of woods in Hungary, yeah.
Alright, so I think this is the last of the characters introduced. Uncle Chris, you want to tell us what characters were in the last 2 comics?
Yeah. Because somebody forgot last time. It wasn't me. I never got the memo that I was supposed to do it last one. So appearances. The individuals in Detective Comics number 31. Batman. The Monk's first appearance. Julie Madison's first appearance. And Dr. Trent's only appearance. Dr. Trent is Batman's doctor?
That's the one that told him about the werewolves.
That's the one that told her to go on a cruise. That's who that was. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was what was there. The Batarang was in it, the Bat Rope, the Bat Gyro, and a vehicle called the Lunar Lady. I guess that's that ship they were on. Yeah, that was the ship they were on. So that's it for Detective 31.
Yep.
Okay,
so
32. Now we're on Detective 30, Comics Detective 32, but I don't like this because I'm going to give you a spoiler if I read you who the people are in this one. So we got Batman.
You have to say that at the end.
You want me to wait then?
All right, let's save it for the end. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because in parentheses after a certain guy, it says,
correct.
Maybe.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so Julie comes, and he's going to turn her into a werewolf, is what I got out of it.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he does say he's going to turn her into a werewolf. You're right.
And after he's going to make Batman watch, and then before he kills him, though.
Yeah, but then he throws him into the thing.
Right, he's going to kill Well, yeah, you're right. That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Anyway, the monk transformed into a badger. That's what I got written down here.
It does look like a badger.
It looks exactly like a badger and not like a wolf.
Apparently Batman never seen Ernest, because Ernest tells him never do that to a family of badgers in this one movie. So.
And then the wolves come as Batman gets pushed into a hole.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's got bad aim and can't throw his rope up onto this conveniently placed hook.
Well, why the hook is crazy to me, but I think his rope can't reach the hook, right?
Yeah, it's too light. The rope won't reach the hook. It's not heavy enough to reach the rope. Light.
I don't know. It doesn't.
He does throw it as he's falling, and he has hit that before. That throw before.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah,
he does do it there. And as for the hook being conveniently placed there's a lot of conveniently placed things for Batman to grab onto when he falls.
You're right.
And every pitfall. I got one later in a later comic.
Me too.
He's able to snag a flagpole that's like 4 buildings away, but this thing that looks like it's about 12 foot high, he can't reach it with his rope.
Don't forget, though, just a couple hours ago, he took a whack to the head. Maybe he's a little wonky still.
He did. That's true.
Yeah. But he does have an infinite amount of these gas pellets. Like, he has so many gas pellets, it's insane.
He reloads.
He hasn't been back to his bat lair yet.
They're in his airplane.
He's still in Hungary. Oh, okay. Maybe they're in his airplane.
This is where it becomes a comic book.
So he throws the gas pellets to put the dogs to sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he ties a batarang to his rope to escape. But instead of hitting that hook, he goes up and throws it around a pillar.
Right. But this is the first appearance of a type of grappling hook here for Batman.
Right. Tying his batarang to the end of the rope.
Yeah.
So then Batman goes to his plane, I assume, makes silver bullets.
Yes.
Takes a gun, and then shoots the monk in his sleep.
Yes. For one, new Batman, our Batman we grew up with doesn't like guns.
Right.
Guns are a big no-no. This is the first time you see him shoot someone with a gun. For one, where he just went and found statues and made silver bullets out of them? Is that what he did?
Yes, he melted down the silver statues.
Now, do silver bullets kill vampires?
There's some lore they do kill vampires.
Okay.
It depends on what lores you're talking about. I think in Hungary, those vampires can be killed by silver bullets.
Can we stop for a second?
Hold on, before we stop into that, I just want to point out, my problem isn't with the gun itself, is that he shoots the guy in his sleep. I know he's a vampire, but
not just the guy.
So now it's the other point. Did he kill the other girl? Did he kill Dala the vampire too? Because
he mentions that he has to kill both of them to get rid of the curse.
I just need to know if I'm making this death count 6 and 7 or just 6.
I'd say 6 and 7. Chris, what were you going to stop us for?
Well, I need to go back here and figure this out, because it doesn't make any sense. So, are they vampires or werewolves?
Right.
Because
that's
the monk turns into a wolf and then goes to sleep in the coffin as a vampire. And Julie has been bitten by a vampire, but he's going to turn her into a werewolf.
Alright, so here's the thing. In vampire lore, they do have the ability to shape change into other animals, wolves included.
Yes.
So,
But he just made a point. Lumpy just made a point. She gets bit by a vampire, so now she's a vampire, and he's talking about turning her into a werewolf.
I was getting to that too.
Okay.
In most vampire lore, if you're bit by a vampire, you also have to drink of their blood to become a vampire. So she probably wasn't completely turned. You know what I'm saying? She was just being fed off of and not turned.
Yeah, but he was saying a werewolf. He wasn't saying a vampire.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm saying she didn't get turned into a vampire. So they were going to feed him to the werewolves to turn her into a werewolf so she could be a pet rather than an equal.
So, okay, yeah, because the whole lore behind all of it, a silver bullet kills a werewolf. I get it that in some lore it also kills a vampire, but they've mixed this lore up quite a bit here in this thing. It confused me a lot.
You also have to remember, this is 1939, and not all the Universal monster movies were out at this time. I think only Dracula was out.
That's true. It's true.
So, I think back then, all the monster lore was still in books, and it was all conjumbled together.
And it was all real.
Yeah, it was all real, too.
It is real. It's still real.
In the one synopsis I had, it says, as dawn rises over the country, the Batman scours the castle until he finds the coffins housing the monk and Dala. He melts down a silver statue, fashions two silver bullets. Using these 2 bullets, Batman destroys the 2 vampires.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, go ahead, Uncle Chris. What didn't you want to spoil?
Okay, so the individuals in this are Batman, and the last time it said the monk first appearance. This one says the monk death. That's what it says.
Oh, he's dead. He died.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. And then Julie Madison, but then Dala, it says only appearance. So I guess she was only in this one and she dies in this one. So only appearance there.
Okay, so death count is up to 7.
I would say 7.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then Batman reunites with his fiancée and flies off in the Batplane. The end.
Finis.
No, it doesn't say Finis.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does say Finis.
Yours doesn't say Finis? Finis?
It's too washed out for me to see.
Oh,
yeah. I was say in the below the Batplane, it says Finis.
I only see a new intriguing Batman story starts next month in Detective Comics. So.
See, now mine says a new intriguing Batman story every month in Detective Comics.
Yeah, that's what mine says. Every month.
No, mine at the very last panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine says story starts next month in Detective Comics.
Wow. This one says every month.
Mine definitely says
weird.
Story every month in Detective Comics. That is weird.
I wonder which one's right.
Well, I'm probably reading a scan of the original.
I'm thinking TJ's is the original.
Yeah.
So, it would make sense if it's the original. Next month would be the next month if it's an original, you know?
Yeah. Is that it? I got nothing else. You got anything else?
No. Still confused a little bit.
I think, but we got vampires. It was a Halloween issue, so I mean,
we got werewolves and vampires.
Yeah, I mean it's October. I don't know why they started it in September, but we got it.
Do we want to hear a Batman joke?
Hold on, but the September issue had giant gorillas, and we didn't know about the vampires.
Right.
That's true.
It's true.
All right, yeah, we're gonna finish off with Uncle Chris's stupid Batman joke.
Come on, this one's pretty good. Ready? This one's the best one yet. Why does Batman only wear dark colors? Why? Because he doesn't want to get shot. Why does Robin only wear bright colors?
Why?
Because Batman doesn't want to get shot. They can shoot Robin. I like that one. Come on, give me a little bit on that one.
You got me. It was a little bit. You got a little bit. All right. Before we go, Uncle Chris, this is the start of a new batch. You want to push anything?
Yeah, if you like the sound of my voice, you can find me on the Jay and Silent Bob Minute, where me and my co-host Jeff are covering all the Jay and Silent Bob movies 1 minute at a time. By the time you get there, we'll probably be on Dogma. And that's it. Anybody else?
I'm assuming Lumpy has nothing.
Still nothing.
All right. And then, as always, if you're already listening to this, you know about Anime and Us, you can check that out. And whatever other podcasts are on this at the time of this releasing. Anyway, that's it for that. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.